Good morning, friends. It is February 1st, the second month of 2021. And wow, we have some energy to discuss this morning. We have snow on the ground here. Where are we? Central Pennsylvania area. I was going to say the Northeast, but then I was like, no, I don't think I live there anymore. Kind of close, but not quite. I thought it was really beautiful, actually, to start this month off with snowfall. Today is also Imbolc, and we are in the midpoint, moving into the quickening of spring. So it's kind of this moment today of understanding that even in the coldest, darkest time, there is the promise of warmth coming for us. And not only is it coming for us, but we can create the kind of energy that makes it impossible to resist us. And that is what I want to talk to you guys about for February. It's all about becoming a magnet for that which you want. And in order to truly become a magnet for that which you want, you have to be able to release that which you don't want, okay? And this is going to become increasingly more important as we move into February, because if you guys have noticed, your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, they have all been really, really important, and they have been creating change very quickly. You may have noticed in the past month or so that you've said a few things that then made some things happen. Did you think it was a fluke? Because it certainly was not. We've talked so much about choice, about choosing, and we're still talking about it because every day you wake up and you have a choice. What are you going to do? Where are you going to put your energy? Are you going to give your energy to somebody else's creations, or are you going to stand in your sovereignty and create something of your own? These are the questions for us all in 2021, because we are now waking up to the fact that we are not pawns in somebody else's game unless we allow ourselves to be pawns in somebody else's game. And that realization completely changes everything. And if you've noticed, January has been a very good indication of what happens when people remember who they are. And this is going to continue happening every day for the rest of this year. So it's time to take your place in your rightful sovereignty and start creating, moving, shaking, doing the things. But it's really also very important to remember that in order to step into that, in order to step into that place of creation and see yourself as part of that, you have to let go of all the heavy things. That means resentments and grudges. It means any attachments to people, places, or things that continually drain your energy and bring you down. If you are in a place where you start to feel good and the situation, the people, the environment around you consistently tries to pull you back down, that is an indication that it's time to make some shifts in your life so that you can stay in that resonance more consistently. We're making choices every day about what is good for us and what doesn't feel good for us. And everybody is the creator of their own reality, and nobody is wrong. And that is something that we're going to have to come to terms with this month as well. In the past, I say pre-2019, we did live in a world that was built upon duality. Male, female, right, wrong, black, white. It was really helpful to have these guidelines so that we knew how to be good people, because good is better, right? Light's better than darkness, right? Not here. Not in New Earth. Here, We accept all of the things for what they are and what they teach us, which means that somebody may have chosen a reality that is vastly different from yours. And that doesn't mean yours is wrong or theirs is wrong. So how do we reconcile that for ourselves this month with the fact that some are going to have a reality that does not align with ours? And we are going to have a reality that does not align with others. This is going to be real stuff, boots on the ground stuff, really going to be happening in live time this month. So it's going to be more important than ever to stay in that sovereign place and to extend love and grace and compassion to all of those around you and not push your belief system on anybody. Your belief system is your own. It's your code, and it doesn't need to belong to anybody else. But the magic thing that happens is when you step into that place and you feel it and you don't need to convince anybody of it, you will automatically become a magnet for others who share a similar vibration with you. It will happen so effortlessly and so organically that you will be kind of shocked. But stepping into that place opens that up for you. So then you will be surrounded by a community of people who resonate at your frequency and can contribute to the creation, to your perception, to the world in which you live in. I hope that makes sense. This is the community building of New Earth that we are doing. It doesn't mean everybody's doing the same thing. It doesn't mean everybody thinks the same way. It doesn't mean we all have the same goals for our specific lives, but it does mean one thing, and there's this one part that is going to be across the board where we all need to join and be simpatico with each other, and that is heart-centered living, staying in your heart. So we've dropped out of this space and now we're really here. This is the center of our being, right? And when we are in this heart space, when we act from this heart space, we have no choice but to spread good vibes everywhere, because this is a place of truth. It is alignment, honesty, and it's love. And it's not love the way that we have been taught to think of love. It's so much bigger than that. It is complete, unconditional acceptance and support of who you are in your most authentic self, okay? So the more that we lean into that, the more that we start to accept our own selves exactly as we are today in this moment, the easier it is to accept others that way. I hope that makes sense. So February is going to be a month of integration. That is the theme. Integration. Integration of your actual higher self into this third dimensional body. Integration of your upgrades and new ways of thinking, of your softened heart and expansive energy here, right now, in this moment. Feeling that unconditional acceptance and love of yourself, and knowing beyond a shadow of a doubt that where we're walking towards is exactly where we want to be. Knowing that no matter what's happening around us, no matter what kind of chaos happens, we're fine, because we can riff off of any melody at all that the universe throws at us, because we are divine instruments. We're here to play this song. So as long as you're here in your heart space, you will be contributing to the divine symphony that is going to be our world moving forward. Okay? So with that said, I have a few pulls we need to do before I bring Jen on here. And I think I see how to do that, so that's good. We're gonna do a animal energy card for February, first of all, because I always do. And the animal energy card for last month completely escapes me. Was it the hawk? Was it the, oh no. It was like the snake and the eagle having a conflict. You know, like breaking into the Capitol. All right. This is beautiful. Okay, so our animal energy for February. Instagram, it's Koala Spirit. Facebook, it's the Koala Spirit. Beautiful. And I think this is interesting, right? This is the first time in a while that we haven't had a bird as our animal. So that's different energy for sure. Let's see, it's number 35, if you guys are keeping track of numbers. Let's see. Spirit has a plan. In nature, the koala moves slowly through the branches of the eucalyptus tree, leisurely chewing the leaves, reminding us that life is not a race or competition. Chasing around after every distraction can keep us from recognizing that we all need, can keep us from recognizing that we have all we need, and that spirit will always be there with gifts to sustain us. You're being asked to trust that by moving slowly with faith and in abundance, and surrendering to a power greater than yourself, you will be able to experience the manifestation of your desire. As you take your time enjoying the riches available to you right now, sitting peacefully, you begin to radiate the joy and abundance you seek. Spirit is here to help you discover happiness, pleasure, and contentment, all gifts that are yours now and in the future. Have faith and trust in Spirit's plan for you, and know that you are loved and cherished. This is beautiful. I think it's really important to note about the koala that even though this is not bird energy, we're still very connected to trees here, and we are anchoring down into earth energy. Wait, Claudius is Australian energy, the sacral earth portal. Absolutely. So I will be posting this in the Restoration Facebook group if you want to look at it. Okay, we can totally do that. And I have several tangents I'd like to go down, but I think it's time to bring Jen on. So we're switching gears and doing something weird. You guys ready? Let's see if I can find you. There you are. Okay. I'm adding Instagram. I don't know how this is going to work. Hopefully you'll be able to hear Jen on Instagram too. Let's see. Hey, babe. Can you hear me? Jen? Are we having technical difficulties? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. I mean, it is Mercury retrograde, so I'm sure we'll figure this out. Do I need to X you out and bring you back on? Cancel. Approve. Okay. I'm getting rid of her and I'm bringing her back on. Jen, request me again, because it wouldn't let me allow you because you were already on. Go ahead and request me. Or I guess I'll request you again. Sorry, guys. All right.
Better?
Yes,
okay.
I can hear
Good.
you.
I closed everything else out because it's probably just the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Yeah. Jean says, I love that you're trying this out, especially during Mercury retrograde. It's like, well, we don't care.
It's how we do things, right?
We just do it. Okay, and they say that they can hear you, Jen, on Instagram as well.
Great.
So I'm going to put the volume up. Okay, great. So Jen is here to help facilitate whatever we're about to do. She's really good at like tapping in with me and knowing exactly what to say to keep me on track and like get more information. So this is kind of like what we do generally on a daily basis.
Yep.
So we figured you guys would enjoy it. All right, I'm gonna just go ahead and take some deep breaths and pull myself back in here.
And real quick, do you want to allow questions from viewers as well? Okay.
Yeah, we can totally do that. Does that feel good to you?
That feels. I don't know. Just...
Jen's like, whatever. This is your show.
They're already standing in the room with me, so just do whatever.
All right, so you guys on both Instagram and Facebook, because it's not like I'm going to lose vision or anything. If you guys have any questions, feel free to go ahead and pop your questions in. And we'll just get started. Hold on. Okay, we're connected.
Hello.
We have Ashtar here. He's showing me hands holding, well, I thought it was the earth, but it's kind of blazing red. So he's showing me hands holding a blazing red type of ball. He's saying creation energy. Creation energy. You guys can't see my hands. Also, I'm on a podcast, so whatever. But creation energy. All right. He says he's here to answer your questions.
Okay.
Jen.
Can you tell us more about this creation energy, what we're supposed to be doing with it, or how we access it?
Okay. We're kind of arguing in how we're going to be talking about this. Okay. So, like I was saying about tapping into heart space and creating from that energy, he is showing me, if you guys are familiar with, and now this is going into stuff I don't know about, so pardon me if I'm using the wrong words, but zero point energy field, tapping into what we call empty space around us, and for us to start understanding and seeing without our eyes so that we can tap into more potent energy sources that are currently around us right now, and gaining a better understanding of energy generally so that we can then understand to a point where we can manipulate and actually create.
To our human senses, what does that feel like to human senses when we start to kind of learn to touch, if you will, to touch that energy around us that we can't see? The more potent energies.
For some of you, yes, for some of you, you will feel it very much like heat signatures. If you close your eyes and open your palms to the energy around you, you can actually start to feel the heat signatures in your palm area. Not everybody feels energy the same way, and it's important to understand that it's not necessary to compare abilities, but to understand what it feels like to you. But very often for us in physical bodies, in human physical bodies, we receive energy in the 0 point field as feeling heat, and also some will feel like a pressure and vibration. especially in this area, imagine you're wearing a helmet. And if you put the helmet on, you will feel in all those areas kind of a vibrating and pressure type of feeling. Ear ringing is a sign of incoming energy, but we are talking right now about not incoming energy, but energy that is present always in the field.
And when we begin to work with that and to want to create with that energy, once we're sensing it, do we, at that point, are we setting an intention in order to create that manifestation, or is there another step we need to be aware of to start learning?
You have so many techniques that will work that are not currently working due to lack of faith. Okay. It's a very simple process to turn energy into form. And we do it every day when we make anything. We take one energy form and make it into another. Everything we do is literally this process. It's just that when we move into energetic realms that we can't physically see or touch with our hands, we forget that we do this every day with things we call solid objects. But he's giving me the example of baking again. Is it because of me? Okay, but he's giving me that example of how we would take ingredients to bake, put them in heat, and not only is it the process that is creating whatever that cake is that we're making, but it's we put those ingredients in there in a certain order, and we have complete faith that that is what's going to happen. So while we say it's the oven's heat that have created the conditions in which that cake will become a cake out of ingredients that are not cake, it's also our complete faith in the fact that that is what happens.
So Stacy's asking, does this also come into format? Oops, I lost my thing. By taking hands at head level and circling them towards yourself. I don't know if she
is this about sensing energy in the 0
like
point
emotion
field?
Yes. Stacy, can you reply if that is what you're asking about, how to pull the energy from the 0 point field towards yourself?
Ashtar is saying that Stacy is referring to something that we call Tai Chi.
Okay.
Okay. Stacy, but let us know if that's what you're talking about. That's what he's saying. But generally speaking, manipulation of energy in 0 point field is the interaction of that is what Tai Chi is about. It's about connecting with that energy field, and moving it around and having a relationship with the energy that's there, and that is definitely part of it. She's saying it's emotion like in Reiki. Yeah, it's the same thing. We're basically talking about using your hands to manipulate and connect with energy in the 0 point field, and that can be accomplished through hand motions, and that's what he's talking about when you feel the heat in your hands. So imagine, and everybody can do this experiment. If you take your hands, right, and you really focus and you put them kind of close together, and you send all of your energy and tension to your hands, you're going to start to feel something, and it might feel like not a big deal. And that is why we have to start remembering that not everything has to be a big deal. Okay? So put your hands together and start to feel them. I feel it right now. I feel the ball of energy. Slowly move them apart. You can feel it growing bigger. bring them back together. You can feel it getting smaller. This is an energy field. This is an energy field that you've created within your hands from playing with the 0 point energy. So starting to understand that, and then you take this ball, right? You can fill this energetic ball that has just been created in your hand out of the energy that is currently around you all the time. And you can set an intention with this. You can put an intention in that. You can take this energy, you can eat it. You can put it somewhere else in your body. You can send it somewhere else. You can send it out to the collective. These are things you can do every single day. And that's how you gather in that 0 point energy and create it into whatever you want.
Absolutely. That feels very important for people to understand that this again is part of breaking out of what I call labels, but like our very specific, no, it's Reiki, no, it's Tai Chi, no, it's this. But to understand that each of those things is similar in the sense of working with, touching, sensing, feeling the energy flow, and just remembering that it can look like a lot of different things. Thank you. You, Ashtar, Sarah had mentioned earlier about this being a month of integration. Can you help us understand, some people don't understand as much what integration means in terms of maybe sometimes we think it's just a physical body, like letting things kind of sink in and resting, but what are other ways that we would notice integration, or someone would notice integration in themselves?
This is a good question. So first, we're going to talk about your energetic field, because your body is actually a very small representation of the space you take up in the 0 point energy field. And that is important to understand because you can't see it, although some of you do, don't you? Not all of you see it, but a lot of you do see it now, and it's becoming easier and easier to see. But again, imagine however tall you are, imagine yourself laying down. So like I am 5'2", so imagine two of me laying down and creating a radius of that around myself is my baseline energetic signature of how big it is, okay? But that's baseline. It can shrink and it can expand further beyond that with conscious intention. When you integrate new energy into your field, it starts out there and makes its way into your physical body. That is why we have been saying meditation is very important right now for you, because it is opening up a conscious channel into which these upgrades can be filtered for you. So they start coming through, they enter your energetic awareness, your field, and you'll start to feel them in your hands, your skin, you may feel dry, itchy eyes, your throat might hurt, your ears will ring, you might receive tummy troubles, you might have soreness in joints and limbs, and generally your body will feel broken down in some way because it's becoming stronger in other ways. Is that answering your question? Yes. I feel like we're having more information coming through about the field. He really wants you to understand how big your energetic field is, and that with its baseline, you can expand it even further. And why would you want to expand your energetic field further? Because if you consider the 0 point energy around you, where all of the ingredients of all the things are, if your personal energetic field is taking up more of that space, you have more bandwidth for which to create your own reality. I'm glad you wrote that down.
You know I did.
Because I'm like, what? But I see it.
Yes.
I can see it. I can see that.
I'm probably going to stumble through this question, but I'm curious. It feels like it's a dumb question, but here we go. What kinds of things can we create within the 0 point field? So as we begin to learn to work with it, what is this all creation? Is it just creating the positive things in our reality? Does it eventually become manifestation of in the material form? All those things.
Short answer, yes. Long answer, the only thing that prevents a human from, wait, hold on. Okay. The only thing that prevents us from doing what we would call magic tricks is our belief that magic tricks are tricks. So we have a lot of deprogramming to do as far as our relationship to the unseen, because those constructs are preventing us from seeing and creating. So at this point, for us, for most of us working with this energy, and creating and manifesting with this energy, and Instagram, I see your questions, so I'm coming right back. For most of us that are doing that, it's going to be really important for us to constantly check in with our awareness boundaries and barriers so that we can stop blocking our manifestations. You can make anything happen, but it's understanding that it's energy. So you put the intention out there, you see it, you feel it in your field, and then you just allow it to come. If you follow this process, it doesn't have a choice but to appear at some point in time. And, just like we've been talking, Jen, about how, moving into the 5th dimensional field means playing in that. It's a playground, and it means working in that 5th dimensional space and creating. It translates into a 3D, which is, we are still going to be here. We're not losing it. Wait, okay, he really wants me to say this like 3 times. It's very important for you guys to know that you're not leaving your bodies behind. You're not leaving anything behind. You're still here, but your perception is changing, and thus your experience of the now moment is completely shifted and changed based on your upgraded perception. And that is the only difference. Your body, physical body, is a manifestation around your current energy signature. Your current energy signature is changeable all the time if you understand that it is changeable all the time and you take control over that mechanism. Others can control your energetic field as well if you allow them to do that. So it's important to stay holding on to your energy. I just want to pop real quick over here to Instagram because we have a question. Lindsay's asking, is lower back pain an example of that? The lower chakra is creation. Yeah, actually, good seg. Thank you. Good segue. Because generally speaking, we have been working our way through the chakras in the past 2 years of opening the chakras for each of us. When we started January and we started having that serpent energy, if you guys are familiar with Kundalini energy, a lot of us have had our Kundalinis awakened, and that is source creation energy. And it is directly connected to that part of our bodies, to your root and sacral chakra. And lower back pain, hip pain, stomach distress is all part of that. Now I want to, like, I have to be human for just a second and just remind you that I am not a doctor and neither is Ashtar. So if you are having any type of physical ailments that are feeling chronic, please make sure to talk to a medical professional to receive thoughts about the things, right? It seems important to say. Was there another question here that I missed it from Chris? Let's see. No, wait, did I? It was just a comment. See it, feel it in your field and allow it to happen.
So what's really fascinating that I want to share with people, those people that know me, I go down rabbit holes daily. And one of my rabbit holes over this weekend was something popping up in my feed about Einstein and a few of the others that I think it was Tesla as well, who specifically worked with 0 point energy. Tesla did. But this is the equation. It's energy plus intention equals frequency. So it's all about the frequency and the vibration. This is a very known physics kind of thing that humans have known, but obviously we've said that doesn't make any sense because why would we want to do that? But I just think it's interesting. I think it's just interesting to point out that Ashtar brought that through for you to remember that this is the equation. It's the energy of working with the energy plus your intention. Obviously, your belief in that, it equals the frequency and the vibration, which is what allows it to happen. So that's how manifestation is actually the frequency of a thing.
Wow. Wait, Jean said something that I think I missed. She has a question. How important is the use of one's voice and that vibration in creating from 0 point energy? Oh, Ashtar has a lot to say about this.
Excellent.
Okay. So this is going to be this is important that it's not everybody for some reason. Everybody has a different is this? A different special tool to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what this tool is by how good you feel when you use it. It's your pleasure and ease will dictate to you that this is your magical tool. For some people, it is singing. For some people, it is playing an instrument. For some, it's painting. For some, it's writing. For some, it's making something with your hands. And all of these are kind of meditative in a way, but they open up different energy portals within you. So you all have unique signatures that are what you use. And it's important because the comparison culture that humans are currently entrenched in makes you look at somebody else and say, I'm not as good or it's not as effective. But your opera singer is just as big and effective as your person who makes figurines out of Play-Doh that nobody ever sees. It's important to understand that. Chris is saying, can it be more than one? Yeah, it can be a million, but you'll know because it feels good. When you get into a zone of creation, why am I doing this? Creation, you are in a flow. And it's almost like a meditation, a trance state, whatever it is, and it fills you with energy. You can't mistake it for anything else. It feels very good. And this is something you can tap into at all times, but voice that comes out, like your voice, your unique voice signature does activate certain codes that are in the 0 point field, regardless. He just wants me to make sure I say that because I got on a tangent about the singing and how not everybody sings, but that's true. But your actual voice, when you speak, does have unique, what do you call this? Receptors?
That works.
That go to the things that connect, you know, something that connects to the things that activates. And it also activates other people that need to connect with your energetic field. Using your voice is very important now as well, because it is going to call your community forth? Yes, Rachel, playing with power tools. Whatever floats your boat. Okay. Okay, I think does anybody have any specific questions? Because if not, I think we'll maybe start to wind it down with Ashtar and then finish up the update. Is there anything you want to say?
Jean has one more clarifying question. Is it accurate that higher vibration creates higher vibration waves that allow things to come in more quickly when manifesting, then that lower vibration takes longer for certain things to come?
Oh, this should be funny coming through me. Okay, so when something vibrates at a lower frequency, it means it vibrates slower. The slower things vibrate, the easier it is for your naked eye to see them. So actually, when you consider it, if you are in a higher frequency, it should be easier for you to manifest something of a lower frequency. But when you manifest something from a high frequency and it translates into the physical third dimension to you, it has lost that frequency in order to be there with you.
Okay.
Wait. It would be helpful if I understood physics and science at this time. But I'm doing my best. He's saying that that's not what Jean's asking. Okay. Okay. The highest frequency that humans can connect to and hold is heart-centered frequency. And this is here, right here. And so if you are creating and manifesting from your heart, from the frequency of love of self, you are able to be in the highest and fastest and as you would want to say, like, best. It's the best. And it feels very good in that space. So manifesting from heart-centered, which means that you put yourself in first importance. You put yourself first in your manifestations and stay in your heart center with them. And you have to believe in the oven, he says. Believe the oven. Jen, believe the oven.
Believe the oven.
I should just end the transmission right now.
I'm just thinking t-shirts coming soon. Believe the oven.
Trust your oven.
I like it.
Oh my God.
Great.
Okay. My affirmation on this is I turn physics into consciousness. I think that's real. Okay, well, let's wrap it up then with you. Thank you so much, Ashtar, for coming in and connecting, and thank you so much, Jen, for following the bouncing ball and asking good questions.
Absolutely.
Ashtar would like to say one thing to everybody for this February update, and that is to remember that you are all very connected. You are all receiving information every single day. You are divinely supported, and you are supported by your friends in the stars and your friends on the earth. You are supported by all of the beings. What? He's like, no, not all the beings. Oh my God. Okay. Woo! You're supported by a lot of them. You're supported by a lot of the beings on earth as well. And when you approach anything with your heart open and soft, Do not be afraid of being hurt, because that is not how we are moving through New Earth energy. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid of anything. He's like, don't be afraid. Just do it. Just trust the oven. He's sending, okay, so everybody who is able to kind of tap into this transmission, if you guys can feel this now, he is sending all of you guys energy through your heart centers if you choose to receive it. If you want to receive it, he is sending you energy into your heart centers, and it is looking on my end just like that really beautiful red pulsing ball that I saw in the beginning with his hands around it. Okay. Thank you. All right. Yay, we did it. Jen's like, see ya.
All right, I'm gonna pop off.
Okay, love you, honey. Okay, so that was fun. Here are a few more things that I want to tell you. I know we've been on here for a minute. For February, what's feeling very, very important is, again, staying in your heart center and believing in yourself and trusting yourself. Integration is slowing down. Slowing down. We don't need to be so fast. Just remember, time is a construct that we created. So while we would love to get things done really, really, really fast, we don't have to be like that. We don't have to be like that, because time only exists in as much as we believe that it does, and it only matters if we say that it matters. So it's kind of like a mind fuck to like say, oh, you know, I'm the one who's in control of all my thoughts, when all of this time we've been used to different constructs that have been handed to us. But it's also really liberating, and this is the month of tapping into that for ourselves. So I hope that's been helpful for you guys. I know this is a little bit different as far as energy updates go. If you have any questions at all that you would like for me to delve into more, I'm going to be doing a lot more channeling with Ashtar and other beings that are on deck for the month of February. So feel free to send in questions to me. You can message, email, find me on Facebook or Instagram, or follow me on TikTok where I talk about unicorns. You can do that, send your questions, and I will make sure that we touch on them this month. Also, for the month of February, we have special guests on the podcast. This month, we have Claudia Whitmer of Big Oak Farms. She's going to be with us on Wednesday. We have Susan Grace, an amazing astrologer, and she's going to be doing a special Valentine's Friday podcast with me. And then we also have Elizabeth Worrell coming through. She's a realtor and a financial guru, and she's going to be talking to us about different types of things that I don't understand with money. So we have a lot of cool guests coming through this month, and a lot of new things, a lot of new workshops. All the stuff is coming through. But most of all, I want to be able to flow with what you guys need and offer support in the way that best serves you. So please reach out. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me what you need. Tell me what you want to hear in the podcast. Tell me what you want to cover, and I will do my utmost to make sure that you get that. If any of you are interested, it is February 1st, so you can absolutely sign up for Restoration and join our community and have a lot more interaction with me. You'll get all the things first. You get the lunar calls, and this month we have 2 master classes for Restoration members that are all about helping you to integrate this energy into your field and your body. So if you're interested in that, you can click the link somewhere on my thing, or you can visit my website, sarahmala.com/restoration, and find out more information there. I love you guys. Have an amazing, amazing Monday. If you've enjoyed this broadcast via podcast, YouTube, live, whatever it is, it would be so amazing if you would share and tell your whole family and all of your friends. All right? I love you. Happy February. Happy Involk. Enjoy your snow day if you're having one. Drink lots of water. And I will see you Wednesday. Claudia. Mwah. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and follow.